Hello. It's a time of year again where families all come together. Frequently you do it for birthdays or celebrations or religious holidays, whether that's, it could be baptisms, could be first communions, could be whatever your faith system is, bar mitzvahs, it could be any of those. This large family comes together to celebrate because they truly want to. They want to celebrate that one person that is being honored, or during holidays such as Thanksgiving and Hanukkah and Christmas and Kwanzaa and all of the others. They come together to celebrate a tradition, a religious tradition or a national tradition that brings everybody together to celebrate the concept of family. And it is one of those every year. I can tell you, when I was an active therapist, seeing 42 patients a week for many years, many of us will tell you from November 1st till about January 30th, our offices were packed. We had waiting lists. It was the time when everybody's stuff showed up. Everybody's mirror look reflected what they didn't want to see. And it was an annual tradition of just be ready. We're going to be overworking during the season. For tax people, that's another time. For us, it's about holidays. But what still occurs, what I still see, is that during the holidays, what ends up happening is that we go back to people we truly love and truly want to see. But oftentimes now it goes back with a little bit of fear and trepidation. There is sometimes the illusion of it's going to be fine. We're all grown, we're all mature. It's going to be different this year. And inevitably something shows up, whether it is politics, whether it is how each one raises their own kids, whether it's how they see the world or what they're doing or not doing with their lives. That conversations start bringing up the child in you. They start bringing up that person you have to defend, that, but I am smart, but I do know what I'm doing, whatever it may be. And then there becomes the exhaustion of the chaos that gets developed, the exhaustion of what happens when so many folks who have each grown in so many different ways show up at the table. If we walked in with the knowledge that was going to happen, or that it's possible that could happen, we would, with developed emotional intelligence, walk in with the realization that when we felt it occurring, because we feel it in our body, even before it happens, we can feel in our body the energy has changed, things are shifting, they're getting a little precarious. If at that point in time, there's enough emotional intelligence, we can call it out. Say, hey, this is veering off. This is going into a place that's not going to go well. Let's bring it back. Let's remember why we're here. Let's remember this is about reconnecting, learning who our brothers and sisters are, learning who our parents are from a very different perspective, from who they've chosen to become this year. Because the vast majority of us, in spite of ourselves sometimes, grow enormously over the course of a year. We've got life experiences, whether it is illness or a job change or a relationship change, that transforms who we are, or that calls us to transform, or we're in the process of fighting it because of fear or anger or something. And when we can give up expectations and recognize that I may have known this person their entire life or much of their life, they aren't necessarily the person I saw last year. And if we went in with the curiosity, if we went in with a wonder, who are they? What has happened for them this year? How have they changed? How have they stayed the same? How have they been wounded? How have they grown? This may sound like a lot of work, and I don't mean it to be so. But what I have seen truly over decades of doing this work, and as a coach now, but previously as a therapist, is that we all grow through so much during the course of the year. We either grow forward because we're learning from the things that are happening, because we're recognizing when things get intense that we needed to step back and reassess and reevaluate, So we come to the end of the year with more wisdom or more life experience. When we meet siblings again, because sadly, with people living so many different places in the world right now, it is only once or twice a year when the whole family comes together. That when we do, walking in with an openness, walking in with an understanding that I don't really know what's happened fully to them this year. And even if I've been talking to them, until I see them, I don't know the full experience. I don't know the full impact, whatever they may have been through. So walking into these reunions, if you will, with an open mind, not with a preconceived notion of who somebody is, not with a preconceived notion of how somebody is going to respond or react to something, but walking in with a clean slate. And it can sound ridiculous if no, they've been the same for the last 30, 40, 50 years. Maybe, but maybe you've been looking at them through the same filter for the last 30, 40, and 50 years. What if you looked at them with an openness, with a understanding that we grow and we change, and hopefully we evolve, or we fight harder and harder to hold on what used to be. And then if you saw that what you saw, instead of anger and resistance, what you saw was fear and hurt, you may understand them in a completely different way. And your connection may be finally one of depth. Every one of us wants to be seen, but seen for who we are today, not who we were last year or the last decade. Who we are today. And we can't see somebody who they are today if all we want to see is who they used to be, because then we know how to be in relationship with them. Allow your relationships to shift, to change, to grow. You can only do that by allowing yourself to see who people are today, because you have no idea the depth of their life experiences this year. They may have worn them down. They may have exhausted them. They may have depressed them. They may have excited them. Or if it is something serious they've been through, it may have transformed them. Give yourself permission to be seen in a new light, as well as to see yourself and the others in a new light. We are not this year the same people we were last year. Way too much has happened. Too many things have come into our lives to change us, to make us something different. Hopefully it's something more. Give yourself and others the break of being seen. That's the gift of family gatherings. Thank you.